Hi, Philip from T.W White Sons. We've been fortunate enough to acquire this beautiful Mazda MX-5 RF 2-litre 184 PS Sport Nav+, finished in snowflake white pearl. The car is what we term a grade 1 car, so it's in outstanding condition. It's had 2 owners from new. It's only done 10,000 miles. Beautiful car, beautiful colour, right spec, and really a tremendous appearance, you know, with the contrasting black alloy wheels. Great vehicle this, wonderful to drive in its most powerful format, the 184 PS engine. You got stuff on this car like keyless entry, these alloy wheels are unmarked, rear privacy glass on those small quarter windows. This paintwork sort of pops out at you. Remote boot release, rear parking sensors. The boot is in unmarked condition, not bad size boot for this type of vehicle, the sports vehicle. The cleaners have put the original mats back in the boot there. They'll have to go back in the car. Beautifully spec'd, rear parking sensors. This car will come with 12 months Mazda approved warranty, encapsulating 12 months roadside assistance. At T.W White Sons, we take any vehicle in part exchange, and we will be as competitive, if not more so, than any of the online companies advertising on national television, all of whom would like to buy your part exchange. So we're ultra competitive. This is a beautiful car in really. The low mileage accentuates that in the way in which the previous owners have looked after it. You've got this beautiful black leather interior here, stitched in red, but a delicate stitching in red. That overextends to the door cards. Electric windows, as you'd expect, electric door mirrors. And sitting inside the car, the first bank of switches we come to here, a lane departure warning system, Mazda's stop-start I-stop technology, traction control. Just take the seat back a bit. We'll just clarify the mileage. So keyless entry, keyless start, just dip the clutch, hit this button here, the engine bursts into life. Just turn down the volume so we don't get any nasty surprises with the radio blaring out, but here we are. 10,014 miles. So on the left hand side you've got the fuel gauge, just above that temperature gauge. So it shows us we've got range of petrol, 42 miles left in the tank. In the center, tachometer, rev counter, and that little window in the bottom right hand side of the tachometer rev counter is like your gear selector indicator. It sort of encourages you to select second, third, fourth, whatever. On the right hand side, speedometer. I'm just looking here at this multi-function steering wheel. Left hand side of it you've got integrated Bluetooth with voice control. Right hand side of it you've got cruise control, and beyond that auto wipers with variable speed on the intermittent, and beyond this auto lights. So it's a really well spec car. You've got, just to summarize, integrated Bluetooth with voice control, cruise control, auto lights, auto wipers. To change elements of this display, there's an info button here, but change elements of this display is here. You've got trip meter, service is due in 12 months or 4,500 miles, whatever comes first. It's not actually 4,500 miles. Let's not forget, this car has done 10,000 miles only. So it's 12,500 miles or 12 months, whatever comes first. But based on the low mileage of this car, they're giving a calculation of 4,500 miles. So it's dependent on the mileage that the next owner does in this wonderful rear-wheel drive sports car. So you can see trip meters, service indication, range, etc. Very simple instrumentation, beautifully presented. Before I get into all of this, which is Mazda's entertainment center, infotainment, whatever you want to call it, MZD navigation, let's look at some of this. So you've got automatic climate control in its simplest form and most effective form. So you select this temperature, you go to automatic, auto on the directional controls, and you're hearing it now. Turn on the AC. It will change the fan speeds according to the internal temperature of the vehicle and the direction of the air. Very simple. So just selecting auto on each of those two right hand controls, selecting the temperature you want, will give us automatic climate control. If, for example, you want to come off that auto setting, some people want to operate it manually, just come off there onto the fan speed, come off the directional one onto whatever direction you want the air to go to, and away you go. You can operate it as a manual system. Down beneath here, 3-stage heated seats, driver and passenger. To left hand side of that is the button to retract the roof, and underneath here is twin USBs and a SD card slot that enables navigation. 6-speed manual gearbox, shrouded in this leather cover here, stitched in red, which extends to the doorknob. This transmission in this car is simply outstanding. It's very smooth, very short shifting between the gears, and wonderfully smooth. For a 6-speed manual box, Mazda have this exactly right, and this is why it helps it to the accolade of the world's best-selling roadster. The way in which this car drives is exemplary. It drives better than cars costing twice as much. This is why these are so popular, and they're incredible value for money. And what also is amazing about it, can be driven all year round. You've got this electric hood, which I'll show you in a second. Main navigation wheel and controls for this. So you've got main navigation wheel, left to right, press to execute command, music, home screen, navigation, favorites button, back button, and master volume control. So you can adjust the volume through 2 places: left hand side of this steering wheel, the far button, or this master volume control. To take this hood down, we'll show you that actually. So you just, this button here, and it gives us progress on the screen here. Can you see that? There we are. There it's, and there it is. Even undoes the hook. That's all in place. We'll go for a little wander now, show you what how the car looks with the hood down. There we are. Beautiful. Great colour, great spec. Simplicity in itself to take that hard top down, and it all conceals there. Doesn't even interrupt with the boot. Fantastic. Beautiful car to drive, this. So we get in here again, take the hood back up, very simple. You can see the progress there. Look at it. Left hand side diagram comes up. There we are. Hook's going to go in its place electrically. Really well designed roof by the engineers at Mazda here. You have this multimedia setup, which is touchscreen when the car is stationary. As soon as you move off in this car, that touchscreen becomes disabled for safety reasons. You know, you've got to keep your eyes on the road as opposed to the center screen. So you would be both hands on the steering wheel, in other words. So you'd be controlling your navigation, etc., or radio station changing, either through this multifunction steering wheel or down here through a main navigation wheel. But this will do basic commands, so you're, you know, like changing stations on the DAB radio, etc. But here we'll operate all of this, and for the purposes of this demonstration, you don't want to see my paws in the way, so I will be operating this demo through this main navigation wheel. So there it is. Home screen first off looks like this. Then you go to this screen here, you got DAB. You've also got FM AM, Stitcher app, USB connectivity. Back to the home screen, applications, fuel economy monitor, which is good. Mazda's I-stop stop-start technology gives us a few statistics there. Basically, if you pull up to a set of traffic lights and the car is I-stop ready, you will the car will stop. It's got IE loop as well, which is their regenerative system. I'll come to that in a second. But if you pull up to a set of traffic lights, the car's I-stop ready, and the engine will then stop. When the lights turn to green, you go to engage gear, touch the pedals, the engine will start. Obviously it has tremendous environmental credentials and excellent for fuel economy. It's got IE loop, which is their regenerative system, so all the kinetic energy through braking, deceleration, etc. is captured by their integrated storage generator and helps power some of the vehicle's electrical systems, so even better. Average since reset 19.6 mpg. Please don't take that as gospel. That is just where the car has been driven a shortish journey, could have been just down the road on road test. This car will produce way in excess of 30 miles per gallon. So there we have it. Back to the home screen. Just want to show you actually something else here. Vehicle status monitor, maintenance, which I alluded to earlier in this presentation. It doesn't need servicing for 12 months or 12,500 miles, whatever comes first. Due to its low mileage of 10,014 miles on this car, it's calculated that it needs a service in 4,500 miles. Look, this depends on the usage of the next owner. It's normally 12,500 miles, so 12,500 miles, 12 months, whatever comes first. So back to the home screen. Integrated Bluetooth with voice control if you want to use that. Satellite navigation. That's your nighttime setting. This is your daytime setting. You got programs to alter it between both or automatically. Find address, town or postcode. Look at your favorites, history, etc. Move along here. This is what I like. Places nearby. You can set up a category. So if you want to find a fuel station, in you go. Search the local area. Comes up with a list of fuel stations. Execute which one you want to go to, and the navigation will help you get there. Really good. Home screen. Settings. Display we're looking at. You can alter it between auto, day and night modes as I alluded to. Brightness, contrast, safety. Car's got a plethora of safety features. Got smart city brake support. You can adjust all the sensitivities, the type of warning, etc. on the volume of warning on smart city brake support. Very useful for close driving around town. Lane departure warning system will ensure you stay in the correct lane on the motorway or any A or B road. If you start to drift, the car will warn you of that. But again, you can set up timings, warnings, sounds, the severity of warning, etc. So there's a whole load of stuff you can look at. Traffic sign recognition system it's got. Driver attention alert system. This car will warn you of that, usually within this clock, this left-hand thing here, left-hand gauge there. It'll warn you. Driver attention alert system. Warn you to take a break if you're on a journey, which is a really good, sounds really a gimmicky safety feature, but it's really good. It does remind you that not to become complacent when driving. So car's loaded with safety features: smart city brake support, lane departure warning, traffic sign recognition, driver attention alert, and parking sensor indication. Sound, this has got Bose, you've got bass, you've got treble, you've got fader and balance. Their guidance volume for the navigation, Bose audio pilot, which will adjust the sound to compensate for any road or engine noise. Excellent sound system. It's got tweeters in the windscreen pillars. Look, clock 12 or 24 hours. Vehicle, you can set up some of the parameters of the vehicle, the indicator volume, your lighting. It's got adaptive front lights. Lights follow you almost as you go around corners. Interior lights, door open, door closed, adaptive lighting, lights on volume, coming home light, leaving home light, auto lights, headlights on, sensitivity of that. Really terrific. Devices, network Bluetooth management system here, temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit, distance between miles and kilometers. So that's it in a nutshell. And you've got rear parking sensors as well on this car. You can hear with an on-screen display, just as good as a camera. That the red band will move towards the vehicle the closer you get to an object, but just as good as a camera. You've got auto dimming rear view mirror here as well. Another great safety feature. Driving along at night, last thing you want is somebody with their piercing headlamps behind you, and you almost feel intimidated. So with the auto dimming rear view mirror, that stops that. But a fantastic car. I cannot recommend these highly enough. 12 months Mazda approved warranty, and with the 184 PS engine you're getting outstanding performance. And look at that, 10,000 miles, nearly as good as buying new, this car, for a fraction of the price. Beautifully presented. If you want to know in the way in which the condition of this car is superb, if you want to know more about this well presented car, please, and it's in beautiful condition, please go onto our website, which is www.twwhiteandsons.co.uk. Thanks for watching.